Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in this wonderful world. Welcome to BWTM. We are here again with another special interview with our friend from Australia, none other than Taylor Christies. Taylor, how are you doing?
Good, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good. How is it in lovely Australia?
Well, today is beautiful. Actually, the sun's shining. Yeah, we had a lot of rough weather due to the cyclone, but that seems to have passed now. And so, yeah, we're enjoying some beautiful weather today.
You had a cyclone.
Yeah, we did up the coast. Yeah, it actually,
Didn't it?
yeah, it was quite devastating. A lot of people are still cleaning up from that mess, and yeah, there's a lot of damage done. Yeah, it's not a good time for a lot of people.
I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear. My condolences to those people in Australia that are obviously suffering from the cyclone. I hope that they can get back on their feet as soon as possible.
Yeah, they will, I'm sure. I mean, the communities here they always get together and support each other. It's fantastic to see the spirit, actually.
Fantastic. So let's move on. Big news in Australia. Pacquiao is
Yeah,
finally coming on July the 2nd.
yeah,
It's not going to be
yeah.
Amir
Well,
Khan.
obviously, yeah, we talked about this in our last interview, and yeah, I'm very happy to announce that the contract, it's been signed, it's happening. So Manny Pacquiao will come here and fight our Jeff Horn on July 2nd.
So what's the buzz like? Tell me what people are feeling in Australia at the moment.
Well, I'll tell you how I'm feeling. Every day I wake up, I'm so excited. Yeah, I'm literally so excited. I did a little dance and, you know, and I think the whole boxing community is just elated. Like, we're all just so excited. Yeah, it's the biggest thing, not just in boxing, but it's a huge event here. I mean, we're going to be on the world stage. It's going to be good for our tourism. It's fantastic, and especially for Queensland. So yeah, we're very excited.
I mean, you say you're excited. For us, maybe in the UK or in America, Pacquiao, maybe in the UK, it'd be a huge event to have Pacquiao in the UK. But what exactly does it mean? Pacquiao coming? I mean, is the press conference, I assume, is going to be in Australia, correct?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, even the press conferences now have been an absolute frenzy. You know, it is a huge thing. It's the biggest thing to ever happen in boxing here in Australian history. You know, and also especially for boxing, but not just the event itself. You know, I think it's going to bring back boxing here in Australia in a big way. First of all, which I'm so excited about. I mean, I'm continuously working very hard to try and bring that back here in Australia. So yeah, I mean, it's going to make my life a lot easier and everyone else's life that's continuously trying to bring boxing back here in Australia. So yeah, we're just, I can't even tell you how excited we are. We're very excited. And of course, you know, especially excited for Jeff and his team. This is the biggest fight of his career, his life. I mean, I don't think even after this, whatever he goes on to do is never going to be as big as this. Yeah.
Wow, I mean, I wonder if Jeff Horn, in his mind, ever thought before Pacquiao was actually mentioned that he would be fighting Manny Pacquiao in Australia. I mean, he's like,
definitely not. Definitely not. I've actually been, you know, following a fair bit of you know, obviously what he has to say in regards to this. Now, what's interesting is that Manny Pacquiao, I mean, he's his biggest fan. He said that he was into boxing of a young age, but the thing that brought him to boxing was watching Manny Pacquiao fight Oscar De La Hoya. So that
oh
was
wow.
that fight that made him want to be a part of boxing.
Actually,
Very
that
interesting.
fight, I saw that fight in Australia, in Melbourne. I was in a place called Frankston.
Frankston.
Yes, I was in Frankston, and I was in a bar, and I was watching Pacquiao versus De La Hoya and I was tuning in to see Pacquiao get beat by De La Hoya, because De La Hoya was my boy. And Pacquiao put a number on him. And that's how I became a Pacquiao fan. Because Pacquiao beat De La Hoya. De La Hoya was the golden boy. So for Pacquiao to have done that was absolutely amazing. That's how I became a Pacquiao fan.
Yeah, I think that fight, I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of kids that watched that fight and thought, wow, you know, I really want to be part of boxing. So, you know, it's, you know, these are the things that draw kids to boxing, definitely. And, you know, I really hope that this fight, regardless how it goes, is going to do the same thing for kids here in boxing.
What will it mean to young people in Australia, particularly young boxers, or want to get into boxing? What will that Pacquiao being over? Will it be a situation where Pacquiao will be just here for the fight and just be gone, or will he be getting more involved into local communities and going around into local communities? Will that be the case? Because Australia is quite a big place. So how is it all going to work out? Do you know yet?
With what? Sorry, with Manny?
With Manny, when he comes, is there any point, you know, when he comes, will he be just coming, just do the press conference and disappearing, or will he be getting a little bit involved in other things as well?
Look, I'm not sure. I mean, I can't speak on behalf of Manny Pacquiao's team and what they have planned for their stay here for the fight. I will say this, is that I know that Manny Pacquiao is very close to one of our promoters, Peter Maniatis. They're very good friends. I'm sure that he will definitely spend some time here, and will do what he can to keep promoting boxing here in Australia, and also, yes, you know, spend time with people that he knows here. I mean, the thing that people, I mean, I need to probably say first of all is that myself, I'm a huge Manny Pacquiao fan. He's probably one of my favorite fighters. You know, he's done what no one else can do in boxing. I mean, and the level of respect that you have to have for him as a fighter is just phenomenal, you know. And I'm sure when I say that, I'm speaking on behalf of most Australians here. We are all huge fans of Manny Pacquiao. So this is difficult for us. You know, we have our boy, Jeff Horn, the Hornet, and then, you know, versus Manny Pacquiao. So, I mean, ordinarily, whenever Manny Pacquiao is fighting anyone else outside, you know, outside the world, on the world stage of boxing, we all follow Manny Pacquiao. I'm sure most people in Australia will agree with me on that. So this is, it's difficult. It's, you know, I mean, obviously we're all going to be behind Jeff Horn, but you know, we also absolutely, we love Manny Pacquiao. So it's a fantastic. It's going to be fantastic either way. You know, everyone's going to enjoy this fight.
If if Horn were to land a punch like Marquez and knock Manny Pacquiao out, what does that do for Jeff Horn? Does he have the key to the city? Does he become the next Prime Minister of Australia? What does this mean for Jeff Horn?
He'll definitely be up for presidency. You know, I think we spoke about this in our last interview. I mean, I think regardless of, even if he doesn't do that,
no. Let's talk about if he does do it. No, let's talk about if he does do it. Wait, no, seriously. If he does it, if he causes the sensation, he does it. He can punch. He can punch with both hands, Jeff Horn. Yeah. And if he connects, if he lands.
Yeah. I mean, look. Jeff Horn, he's not a one-dimensional fighter. You know, he knows how to work his angles. He's, you know, I'm sure this is going to be a tough fight. Either way, I mean, there's a lot of, I've actually read a little bit of negative comments in regards to this fight. And they've actually been a little bit cruel too, in, you know, on towards Manny Pacquiao for taking the fight. You know, I think people need to understand that this is a business, and that, I mean, obviously, Bob Arum's, he's no fool. He's there's reasons why they're taking this fight, And I mean, and Jeff Horn's, he's no, I mean, he's 28 years old. He's had 17 pro fights. You know, he's a tough boy. He can box. He's got a nice style about him. You know, this is not going to be. He's not going to walk in there and hand him the title. You know, he's going to fight for this. He's going to train the hardest he's ever trained. You know, this is the real deal for him. You know, I was trying to get an interview with him yesterday, but I think, I had an hour. It's too difficult, but, you know, I think the media frenzy too. I mean, he's going to want to put his head in the game very soon and cut contact, I think, with all media. He needs to focus on the job at hand. Mm-hmm. But I'm pretty sure that he's not going to be going back to school this week. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I would like to think that he's going to be in the gym and it's just all focus, 100%. This is the only thing he's going to think about and focus on between now and July 2nd.
I'm thinking about the other boxers in Australia, and I'm thinking to myself, sponsorship. If any of those guys are able to fight on the undercard of that,
that's right. Yeah,
that must turn their lives around. For those struggling boxers in Australia.
I mean, this fight's turned everything around. Let's face it. It's the most amazing thing to happen here. I mean, we've got the Commonwealth Games in 2018. I think the buzz for this fight has been bigger already in the last couple of days than it has been for the Commonwealth Games. You know, I mean, I'm certainly more excited about this fight.
Yeah, I can understand that. Totally. So, yeah. Do you know anything about the undercard fighters? Do you know anything about how the undercard's been constructed?
I don't. I mean, I think it's early days for that yet. As soon as I do know, I'll definitely let you know. Yeah, oh my God, the mind boggles to think what can happen there. And I really hope that, you know, we've got so many good fighters here in Australia. So I can't wait to see what the undercard fights are going to be like.
It's a great showcase. Go on.
Sorry, but more importantly, not just for the fighters, it's their teams. You know, these teams work so hard every year, year after year. You know, trying to get something bigger and better for their fighters. So, you know, this is just not fulfilling the dreams of one person here in Australia, Jeff Horn, of course, but this is fulfilling the dreams of many fighters, many trainers, many promoters. This is the biggest thing. You know, I can't emphasize that enough.
Okay, let's go a little deeper because you've emphasized it quite a bit. Let's go into a little bit more. You're saying that this is a big thing for many promoters as well. How does it affect many promoters as well?
Well, obviously, it's going to bring a lot more people into the sport. We're going to have a worldwide exposure with fighters from all around the world. You know, we're going to be the focus and worldwide. You know, and a lot of things can come out of this for boxing, for promoters, for fighters, for managers, for trainers. You know, it's everything. Yeah,
it is. It is. In terms of fights that have gone by in the past in Australia, what's the biggest fight that this would compare? I know you can't compare Manny Pacquiao, but what's the biggest fight you could come close to in Australian boxing? That, I mean, let's talk about when Roy Jones came to fight.
Yeah.
What about that? Well, How big was that?
Probably, definitely RJJ.
Yes.
As you know, I'm a big fan.
Yes.
So, you know, definitely. And in saying that too, you know, we've even just being able to send one of our fighters over on the world stage has always been a very big deal here. Right. So this is everything, you know, it's everything. So, I mean, I can't even imagine. I mean, it's hard for me to even imagine that Jeff Horn's even sleeping right now. I think the excitement, I think, would be, yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's even got his head around it yet, maybe.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what else? So what else has been going on with you recently in terms of, obviously, this fight's been signed and sealed, and I did say it was coming. I did say it was coming. Didn't I not say it?
Oh, look, the media, it was on again, off again, on again. And it got to the point, like I said in our last interview, where I just thought, you know, I don't want to know about it until it's signed. Yeah. So, and now that's happened. Yeah, I'm all about it. It's great. I really just can't wait. Yeah.
So for a personal perspective, what happens with you now? And how do you intertwine yourself within the whole frenzy of Pacquiao and Horn? And where do you fit into all this? What will you be doing?
Well, I mean, I've got a few shows coming up still where I'll be commentating. It'll be hard not to mention it, I think. Yeah, so I mean, we're a big team here in Australia, in Australian boxing. We all work together. We all support each other. We you know, it's a big thing. So obviously, you know, I have a lot of shows coming up where I'll be commentating. I've got one coming up on the 21st of April, which is it's a big fight night. That's for Peter Meniatis events. He always puts on great shows. So I'll be commentating that night. For me personally, the biggest thing for this is I'm going to take my dad.
Wow.
And yeah, it's such a big deal to me and my dad. I mean, I talk to my dad every day about what I'm doing in boxing, and yeah, I'm like you know, I'm like his other son. So and obviously my family are very proud of everything that I do, and so yeah, so I'm taking my dad to the fight, and yeah, it was a big thing. I called him yesterday and told him, and I got a little bit teary, and so we're going to have a daddy-daughter date.
Wow.
So that'll be, yeah, it's going to be very special. Yeah.
Yeah, you need that. You definitely deserve the clap. Definitely. I mean, yeah, it's when you got a parent next to you that supports you and supports what you do and loves what you do. It's all that more satisfying when you've reached a plateau or reached a point in your career where you can say, I'm proud of this, and they're proud for me, and we can share this together.
Yeah.
So that's brilliant. That's lovely.
Yeah.
So, what else has been going on with you? Anything else in terms of either modeling or products, or tell me?
I know where you're going with this. Okay. Well, I will say this. I have my own vitamin line coming out exclusively for the fighters. I've put a lot of research into this. You know, as a trainer, you want to give the best you can to your fighter, and it's very important that it's a collaboration of many things. So they train hard and they eat right, and I think you know, a lot of fighters, they focus on those two things, and so do the trainers. You know, because a lot of them come from a very old school background, but you know, like, little do we realize that the soil here, particularly in Australia, is the worst in the world. You know, we're always lacking in vitamins and minerals, and you know, it's very important to be able to give your fighter an all-round health, and for them to be at that absolute peak in fitness and performance, they have to be have vitamins. They have to have supplements, you know, to be able to supplement what they're not getting. But, so I've put a lot of time into this, a lot of money, and yeah, I have some very special products coming out very soon that I've tailor-made for the fighter.
Tailor-made. That's good. I like it. Right, tailor-made. So we're going to get the exclusive, right? So when you do have these products out, we'll get the exclusive, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And it's important. Sorry. You hit the wrong button. So it's very important to me that we educate our fighters too from a young age. You know, that it's not just about training hard and eating right. You know, they do have to take care of themselves. So, and especially, I mean, I've got a lot of friends that are in the bodybuilding industry and just the health and fitness industry. And, you know, I was educated at a very early stage in my career that it's important to be able to to put back what you take out. And you know, and there's a lot of bad things on the market. You know, it's pre-workouts, and you know, I mean, they're definitely not good for anyone, especially fighters. You know, that are doing high cardio stuff. So you know, I'm really trying to educate fighters, and obviously I've got a lot of big people behind this that are going to endorse my products. So that's very exciting. And this will all come together and be launched with my website, taylorchristies.com. Yeah.
Wow. Let's hope it happens before Manny Pacquiao and Horn arrive, right?
Yeah, well, it will definitely. Yeah. I mean, I've got a really good manufacturer and a great chemist that's put all this together for me. So yeah, it's looking very good, and yeah, definitely in time for that.
We're are so excited for you. Really excited. And also
you know, I've got a lot of good people around me, especially very good businessmen that are very, you know, very very wealthy, and good friends, and they're like, oh, you know, maybe you should be doing this and that, and you know, you can get you can make more money. But to me, it's not so much the money. I mean, I really just want to. What will mean more to me is that, you know, these fighters I can't get up in the morning and train and not feel good. I mean, they think they feel good now, but they don't even know what feeling good's all about yet, you know. So I really just hope that I can educate them and make a huge difference to their well-being.
I'm sure that you will. I'm sure that you will.
I'm going to try.
I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. I'm absolutely positive that you will. Is there anything else that comes to mind? Oh, I do want to say one thing. You know, the fact that it's in Australia, the fact that Pacquiao's coming, the fact that it's going to be such a historic point, I can only imagine that all the former great Australian fighters are going to come out to party on that night. Surely. Surely.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I mean, I can't speak for all of them, but I mean, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure they will.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's going to be, that fight night is going to be, I mean, the people that will be in that room is going to be, yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's a huge family, Australian family of boxing, without a doubt. And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of big people in boxing there also. From the world stage.
From the world stage, absolutely. I hope that between now and fight time, we can get to talk to people across Australia that have good connections with you, that we can talk to their fighters, talk to trainers, talk to managers, talk to promoters about not only what Pacquiao Horn means to them, but what boxing means to them. So we hope through you that happens. Yeah,
well, I mean, I've actually spoken to Aaron Smith. You know, I rate him as one of the best trainers here in Australia. I mean, he's got a fantastic stable of fighters. And I think I told you last time about Victor Ordindo. He's obviously someone that I've really been trying to promote. And here in Australia with boxing, he's got a huge career. He'll be the next superstar. I did speak to Aaron, and he's more than happy to talk to you. So we'll get that happening for sure.
Great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. It would be the first Australian on our show, of course. We had Lucas Brown's manager on board. We had a long conversation with him. So it would be great to have another Australian on, apart from yourself as well, talking about the sport of boxing. Let's just promote the sport of boxing in Australia. Yes. Let's get it out there. Yes. Let's be a part of that.
Yeah, I'm all about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Taylor. Christies, thank you once again for being a part of Bayloric Worldwide Television.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Taylor Christies from Australia. That's it. We're out. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments. This has been BWTM, and we're out. Take care.